Good morning and welcome to Write with Rachel. I'm Rachel and I'll be your guide today. Today we're going to have our writing workshop. We're going to start with picking our prompt, then we'll work through 4 story ideas, and after that I will improv a 10-minute story. I will do everything by hand and model it for you. Feel free to write along with me, or you can watch my messy handwriting fill the screen as I go along. Today we have one of my favorite prompts, which is spin the wheel. Today I was thinking about things that were round, and for some reason I thought about a fish blowing bubbles into the water, so I chose things that you might find in the ocean. And so I'm going to spin the wheel. Whichever word lands closest to me will be our prompt word for the day. And here we go. Let's give that another spin. Here we go. That's a good one. And it looks like, oh, we're going to go with the word fish, the one I started with. So fish. Let's bring our page over here and let's start planning out this spark page for today. Our spark word for the day is going to be fish, which we can take in a lot of different directions. Let's start by brainstorming the first story idea. And let's say that we have our first character, and her first name is Anna. And Anna decides that she wants a pet fish, but not just any kind of fish. She wants one of those new designer kinds of fish where you can pick the color, the size, the ideal environment, and even the voice type. Of course, this is an AI generated fish. Or is it? For a second story idea, we could start with a character, and his name is Eric. And Eric wants to play the old card game, Go Fish. But he can't find the deck. So he decides to create his own and bring it to party. But instead of characters on the card, he's written dares. Will his friends agree to play along? Or will they tell him to go fish? We could take this in another direction. Let's say we have a character and we will call her Denise. And Denise wants to try out to be a fish in the upcoming town summer play. It's an underwater role. In one of those huge tanks in a restaurant. For her audition. She's dressed like Dory from Finding Nemo, which she thought would be fine until ... And let's go in one more direction. Let's say we have and Jeremy is on a date with his cousin's roommate. Jenny with an I. She is very pretty, he thinks, as she walks in. As soon as she sits down, and they exchange their first bit of small talk, she bats her long lashes at him and says, "Tell me, I'm pretty. ... There you go, 4 different story ideas, 4 different directions you can take this. If you have your own idea, your own direction, I encourage you to consider that as well. Before we start writing, I'd like to encourage you to keep the tilt writing philosophy in mind before you start writing. Remember, with tilt, our goal is to finish the story. We want to keep your brain and your hand moving across the page. We have the visual signposts built in to help you. And a second way that the tilt helps you is you're encouraged to do what you need to do to keep moving. If you need to add a dash of magic or add something that could never happen, go for it. Remember, the goal is to finish the draft. If you don't have a first draft, you can never have a second draft or a third draft. In just a moment, I am going to ring the bell and I am going to start writing. As I write, I'm going to model my process by talking out loud. If you prefer to have a quiet writing time, feel free to mute the video. If you're watching the replay, it can also be fun to mute the video and watch at 2 or 3 times the writing speed. I'm going to tip my hourglass twice during the session. It is a 4.5-minute hourglass, so you will see that I allow it to go a little bit longer in either direction. So here we go. I'm going to ring the bell. And here we go. I'm Jeremy. I am a bit nervous. I'm on the first date with my cousin's coworker who has just arrived at the restaurant I selected. It is the #1 rated restaurant in our city. And it is well known for serving the best seafood in town. She is walking over, and I can barely believe how beautiful she is. The light from the window hits her long, dark hair just right, and it sparkles like a silvery rainbow. As she walks closer, I hear the light clanking from her silver beaded necklace, and I already feel enchanted. "Hello," I say, standing up to greet her. "You must be Trina. I'm Jeremy." She leans in for a quick hug. She's freezing. I look around for a waiter. It's a bit cold. I'll ask him to adjust the temperature. She waves me off. "It's fine," she says. And after a word or two of small talk, even before we've ordered our first drink, Trina looks at me, and I feel lost in the pool of her eyes. Tell me I'm pretty, she says. I stumble for a moment, but I quickly recover. A good sign. She's flirting with me so quickly. I match her banter fast, recovering. You're so pretty. Thank you, she says, looking at the menu. The waiter stops by, and Trina orders 2 bottles of wine without consulting me. Okay. Oh, what do I say? I do want to impress her. And money is a no object. The waiter comes. And instead of pouring the drink into a glass, Trina grabs the bottle and drinks from it directly. She gives me a wink. Some people say I drink like a fish. I say this date is getting more and more interesting. We order. She asks for raw sushi. I order the halibut, then switch to the trout almondine. You like trout, do you? She asks. And then again, she brushes back her hair and asks, so tell me, do you think I am pretty? Whew, I think. Why is she fishing for compliments. Besides the vast amount of alcohol she consumes, the rest of the date goes well. I walk her out to the beach where my car is parked. But instead of getting in, she runs down to the ocean, dives in, and disappears. That's the end of my story for the day. If you're in a good flow, I encourage you to keep going. I hope you've enjoyed writing with me today. Today is our spin the wheel prompt. I am taking it off for the weekend, but I will be back on Monday with another writing workshop. At the end of the video, I will include a synopsis of my micro story in the description, along with a summary of the 4 story ideas. I hope that you will subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful weekend, write some great stories, and I will see you again soon.